All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's see. Every episode, I always get closer to being fully ready, but not quite. Of course, like an asshole, I decided at 8 o'clock that I had to go for a workout. So stupid. Anyway, let's get on with it. Excuse me. Christopher, Cat Girl, Dana, Brian, thank you for the 5x5. Koala Jones, or Koala Jones, sorry, 5x5. Ozark, Vision, Kathy, Harold, Dobie, Grit and Grace, Dal, thank you for the 5x5. Nick, thank you for the 5x5. Patrice, Crow, 2 Tim, Angryprepper, Leona, thank you for the 5x5. Ed, Bushpick, Water, Tiger, Digna, Dan Phillips, thank you for the 5x5. Very Curious, Loretta, Tia, Anthony, Sojourner, Shojas, WTC, Bert, Mossberg, thank you for the 5x5. J Bones, thank you for the 5x5. Flown Grown, Sean, Susie, Larry, Die, thank you for the 5x5. Raccoon Eyes, thank you for the 5x5. William, thank you for the chair by chair. 1 second after, Big Saw, Let's Go, Daryl, thank you for the 5x5. Nikki, thank you for the 5x5. All right, guys, appreciate it. And Tony, thank you for watching from Ireland. And what time is it there? It's got to be like the next morning or some shit, right? The next day. Anyway, so guys, obviously there's always a lot going on. It's funny. There's some days I look for videos or what to talk about, and there's plenty to talk about. In fact, there's so much to talk about, you forget a lot of the things that you need to talk about because there's just too much going on. I mean, you have this thing in Ukraine, which a lot of us are looking at closely, and it just seems like we're going to see something catastrophic there. Patty S., buy the book. Tuck, thank you for the 5x5. Tony said it's 2 a.m. over there. Wow. Thank you for the 5x5. Nikki Noodles, Daryl from Denver, thank you for the 5x5. All right, guys. And Chewy. So, again, there's just so much going on. It's hard to focus on one single thing. Obviously, this election is taking a big part of a lot of prepper channels, as we're always talking about it. There are a lot of other things going on that we should also be talking about, things that are going under the radar. Like tonight, we're going to talk about, on the Angry Truth channel, tonight we're going to talk about the obvious, I don't know how to word it, assassination or offing of high-powered people, the incident in Italy with the yacht and the plane in Brazil. So, and then the Brazilian people weren't high-powered. They were doctors, right? They were oncologists and we're going to get into the oncologist side of it. So, we'll talk about that a little later. But tonight, we're going to talk about this gang yet again. I was looking or reading into the whole incident in Aurora a little more deeply. And not so much deeply. I don't want to sit here acting like I'm trying to become an academic in fucking gang violence and shit like that. I'm not. Or get my doctrine in gang violence. I've read a paragraph, and the white girl in the video I put up last week of talking about the shit that's going on in Colorado, they both said the same thing. And they both said that the sheriffs and or police departments in their area have their hands tied, and that they don't know that there's not much they can do, is what they said. There's not much they can do. And that is just, to me, that is just a cop-out. There is always something you can do. There's always a workaround or a loophole or just some shit you can make up to get these people in some kind of trouble so that you can get them off the street, at the very least. Mr. T said the odds of something happening next month, very high. The odds of something happening between now and the next couple of years is very high. Now, whether that's a catastrophic event or just something that grabs our attention, we have to wait and see. But there's something always grabbing our attention every month, especially us being preppers, and we might look into things a little deeper than we should, or we just look at certain situation and goes, let's follow this. All right, the monkeypox situation, that's growing. We're going to talk about that tonight as well, especially being that the WHO, World Health Organization, made a statement stating to stop monkeypox, the world has to get involved. Or they have to be on the same page or something to that. Hold on, I could read the title of it here. Get off my fucking screen. Cockbag. Alright. So the 135 million in funding is needed to halt the spread. And that was according to WHO. But their original title to it was Global Coordination is Needed to Stop Monkeypox. So you mean to tell me you couldn't stop it in Africa, but now that it's getting out there, now the world needs to come together for global coordination? I'm calling bullshit, and I smell bullshit. And again, we'll talk about that later tonight on the Angry Truth channel, because this whole world elite thing is all coming to their plan. Their plan's all coming together, and I think no one's actually calling it out. I don't think anybody wants to call out. Who knows? So, before we jump into the video, there's something in New York City. It's it's not a restaurant. It's an eatery called Bird Box. I'm going to post the pictures on my Angry Lensman Instagram page and Angry Lensman YouTube channel. This chicken was by far one of the best fried chicken sandwiches I ever had in my entire life. I'm 46 years old, and I'm black, and I've had enough fried chicken sandwiches to know this is by far one of the best. It's called Bird Box. It's down on 46th Street. I was a little skeptical at first, but when I had the sandwich, I was like, this is the shit. Fast forward about 8 hours later, I am so dehydrated right now. It didn't help that I went on that walk and I was sweating like a slave in a cotton field. But I'm like so dehydrated. But that sandwich was so good. Their chicken wings were out of control. Out of control. Now, it's not a restaurant. Again, it's an eatery. You go there, you order. You can sit down. There are only 4 tables that you can sit down at, because they're not really tables. Or you take it home. So I took it home. Nikki Noodles, way better than Popeyes. I mean, like, blow Popeyes out of the water with a nuclear bomb better. It is by far the best out of cook. But was it real chicken? Brandon, again, look on the Angry Lensman Instagram page or the Angry Lensman YouTube channel. I'm going to post a picture. The leg is still attached to it. That's how real it is. If I can be any more clear about it. But, yo, best chicken sandwich on the planet. I just said all of that to say I'm super fucking dehydrated right now. I might have to get up and get more water. I know the difference between a pigeon leg and a chicken leg. Now, if you go to a Chinese restaurant, you got to be careful there. There you got to be careful, because you don't know if you're getting pigeon, dog, or people, right? But this sandwich, yo, whew, out of control. French fries are not as good, but whatever. How do we get off the topic? When I'm good and ready. And just for that, we're going to talk about fried chicken some more. Anyway, no, but again, that was just some shit, man. Holy shit. And AP is the addict. I am. When it comes to fucking fried chicken sandwiches in New York City, I hear that down south they have some really good fried chicken spots down there as well, but that's another conversation for another day. Anyway, also connecting that story to something else I saw, so that fucking Diaz Vault doesn't have a fucking conniption. When I was walking to Bird Box, I passed by that migrant hotel or illegal immigrant hotel, Row NYC. So while I'm walking, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. I guess I should do a walkthrough live stream, but I should, just so you guys get an example, not an example. You guys get an idea of what New York City is dealing with when it comes to the migrant shit. And I should also go into Queens. I gotta find time. I gotta find time to go into Queens. And today I was thinking about last minute doing a live stream and walking through. So anyway, Row NYC, for those that do not know, Row NYC, Joanne, it was chicken thigh. That's why the leg was still attached. Anyway, like I said, Angry Lensman YouTube and Angry Lensman Media Instagram. And you'll see the sandwich on there. Out of fucking control. Anyway. Why don't you like it? Anyway. So, while walking there, I passed a hotel. Now, like a light switch, man. Like a fucking light switch. It went from Touristville to fucking Honduras, Venezuela, one of those third world countries, like we wouldn't believe. And it was just a small block, sorry. So as I'm walking, immediately I notice the gang members. Immediately. And it was, guys, without fail. Any one of us who've been in the field long enough to know that you can spot gang members right away, especially like Bloods and Crip with the obvious color, right? And other gangs, some of them wear beads around their necks, and some of them, like a lot of the South American gangs, they sport tattoos, sort of like the Russian mob or the Yakuza. Except for the Yakuza and the Russian mob's tattoos look a lot more organized and better. Not that I'm siding with anyone. And the Venezuelan gangs just look like shit, a shit show in their body. All right. Susan, I'll answer the question about the chicken. Let me finish this story real quick. Anyway. Now, I shaved my beard today because I had to go to traffic court. And I delayed the traffic court, which I thought was only 2 weeks. I get downtown to traffic court to find out it was a fucking year later. So next year, I have to go back to traffic court for a fucking ticket. The stupid ticket I got for not wearing a seatbelt, which is the craziest shit in the world. Even cops are like, you got a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt? Anyway, I don't want to get into it because it's just going to piss me off. I turned it into a street photography day. I had a couple of assignments that I assigned myself for taking pictures, and then I walked over to the Bird Box. So anyway, after I get off the train 42nd Street, I walk past or in front of the Row NYC Hotel where all the illegal immigrants are hanging out. The gang members were sitting on the cars. Not leaning on them, fucking sitting on them. They had tattoos all over their bodies, and 2 of them had 9mm on them. Tren de Agua gang members. Identified them right away. Of course, one of them is staring at me. So, we have to do the egotistical stare down. And I'm a little too old for that, but I said, fuck it. I knew I was outnumbered, but I said, fuck it. They're little dudes. I think I could take 3 of them on at least. There was about 8 of them, so 5 of them would have gotten the best of me. Anyway, just walking through, getting to the whole stare down thing, and then I keep staring, and then the kid decides to look away. But when he looked away, I thought he was going to say some shit in Spanish to somebody, and then it was on. And then I kept staring, and then he just got into a different conversation, I guess, because none of them looked up to, look at me or whatever. Yes, Brian, I don't want to get started, but yes, even as a firefighter, there are some dickhead cops that give you tickets for dickhead shit. Whatever. Anyway. That being said, it was a small interaction, but I was more interested in whether or not they were gang members, and as soon as I saw what looked like cocaine brick and gun tattoo on the kid's arm, I knew that was a gang member. And then if you look at the other Tren de Agua guys that they're arresting, they all have similar tattoos, right? They also have numbers and shit. I don't know what any of those numbers mean, but the gun, the cocaine brick, and then the dollar signs you see on a lot of them as well. And it was all on his left arm. Anyway, was the ass whipping going to be worth the Bird Box chicken sandwich, absolutely. I would have got my ass handed to me for that chicken sandwich. That's how good that chicken sandwich was. And I walked back through the block again just to fucking, not to prove a point, but I wasn't going to detour my way around them just to appease them or you know, think I don't know. Again, it was more my ego than anything, I think. But I, you know, and the next time I walked through, no one looked. They were like involved in that conversation. But chicken sandwich, stare down, definitely worth it. Again, great chicken sandwich. And anyway, and the whole point of that to that story, guys, is that this group is growing exponentially fast. Now, I peeped into the hotel, like as I was walking by, after I was done with my fucking stare down bullshit, I look over and the hotel in the lobby looked like a fucking mess. In the lobby, sorry, it just looked like a mess. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Is there a daycare downstairs in the lobby? Like, it was the craziest shit. Carriages everywhere. Every kid, and I shit you not, guys, every kid, looks like over the age of 5, maybe 6, had a phone in their hand. So, the city racks up $5 billion in taking care of these illegals. $5 billion. New York City racked it up. You can look it up. The article just came out last week or the week before last. $5 billion. And as I'm walking by and looking at these little illegal rugrats, they have phones in their hands. Now, I don't know whether or not we're paying for it or they are. I don't know how it works. Nonetheless, they all had phones. How poor can these people be that they all had phones, and I think the babies who were in the carriage had an iPad or a tablet of some kind? I was so annoyed by that. Forget about the stare down. Forget about anything else. I was annoyed by that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? As I'm walking by. Who's paying for this shit? These people came here with nothing. They came here with the illusion of getting a better life. And they had phones and shit. Lincoln Pork. This is it's called a Whoop. So it's a bioactivity tracker for the body, working out, sleep, the whole 9 yards. And this thing is cool. It's cool as shit. I try to wear it a week at a time so that I can get my, I don't want to get into it. That's a Angryprepper fitness live stream for another day. But yeah, it's a bio, what you call it, activity watch. Tracks everything in your body, calorie burn, walk, the whole 9 yards. It's awesome. Anyway, it's called Whoop, WHOOP. You can look it up. But yeah, so anyway, guys, we're paying for it. Chewy, I mean, yeah, I guess Bush Pig, yeah, we are paying for it, or those that live in the city, we're definitely paying for it. But I was just annoyed. Like, I mean, I don't get annoyed. Nah, I get annoyed pretty easily these days. I guess because I'm also old as fuck, and everything annoys me that the kids do. But when I saw that, when I saw this lady come out with fucking 5 kids, and each had a phone, with the exception of the baby in the carriage that had a tablet in front of them, I'm looking at this like, I wanted to take their phones and be like, oh, I'm paying for that. This is mine, you know, kind of deal. But I didn't, because it was just stupid. It would have just been a stupid thing. But I'm like, I'm paying for this. I get a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt. My taxes pay for the illegals to break laws here. None of it makes sense. I didn't wear my seatbelt because I was taking it off to go do something for a hot second. But illegals can run amok in a city. They get released from jail. They get free shit. They get free lawyers when they commit these crimes. They get away with a lot of these crimes. They go in the stores. They steal shit. They get free shit. And I'm getting a $163 ticket for not wearing a fucking seatbelt. And also making a left turn when I wasn't supposed to. And yes, getting out of the city is not just the answer. Like, I know I need to get out of the city, and I am working on it. But I also feel like if I get out of the city, am I abandoning ship kind of deal? That there's also that ego that kicks in. A lot of people are like, you sure that was a fried chicken sandwich? 46th Street, Adriana, between 8th and Broadway. Actually, 215 West 46th Street. Bird Box. Awesome sandwich. For those of you that are like, you sure that was a real chicken? Shut the fuck up. I know what a real fucking chicken sandwich looks like. Just fucking grow up and stop being twats. People like, you sure that was chicken? Sure that wasn't pigeon? I know what the fucking meat looks like. Not a fucking moron. Now, had I gone to a Chinese restaurant, I would have questioned that. I'm like, is that dog? Or is that pigeon? Or is that human? It's like the three meats they serve there. Other than chicken. And even then, there are a lot of places I don't go to. In fact, a guy got caught 4 months ago, 3-4 months ago, for serving rat meat as chicken. I don't know why people can't tell the difference between rat meat and fucking chicken. It is not the same consistency. Nonetheless, this guy was doing, and dog. He was serving up dog meat for chicken. Chicken bites. Dog meat. It was his second time doing this. Downtown. But everybody else is like, it sure is chicken. Shut up. Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck? I mean, like, listen, there are dumb people out there. I'm not one of them. And I am black. I am a chicken connoisseur. I can tell the difference. Even when you bite into it, you know. Like, right away. You're like, yo, this isn't chicken. This is people. You know, and you fucking flip out and shit. Someone said pigeon is good. I don't care. I don't care how good pigeon is. I'm not going to try that. I think the most exotic thing I've tried was snail. That was the most exotic shit I've had. I was like, oh, I'm being fucking adventurous. Let me have this snail. Fucking sucked. Never have that shit again. Fucking garbage. Anyway, that being said, all of this is going on, guys, and they're hammering people with tickets. They're allowing this gang to grow. There was an NYPD, I think he was chief of detectives or some shit like that. I might have it wrong. Might have been chief. I'm not sure if it was chief of detectives or not, but he stated that they're known as ghost criminals because Venezuela is one of many countries that do not share criminal records of their citizens of any kind, which is bullshit. Which, I mean, like, listen, Venezuela's not going to do that. Just cut everything off. Fuck them. Now, I'm not sure we're giving them money anymore. I think they are more dependent on Russia and China now. I don't think we're giving them anything. And we should kick out their diplomats as well. We're like, you know what? You don't want to give your criminal records to us, all your diplomats have to leave. Every last one of them. I would there would be so many, and there are sanctions on Venezuela from the United States. I would drop the fucking hammer on them. I mean, there would be so many sanctions on a lot of South American countries. I'm pretty sure we would make them all our enemy if I was in charge. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck this. You don't want to stop your drugs from coming in? Sanction. You don't want to stop or look into the sex trafficking? Sanctions. You don't want to stop fucking, your gangs from coming here? We're sending over the cast of The View over. First, we're going to drop fucking Rosie O'Donnell over there first to fucking chit-chat her way to drive you crazy. Then we'll throw fucking Whoopi Goldberg all over the wall, and then Joy Behar. And Joy Behar's like the nuclear bomb of annoyance. And we'll send all those bitches over there to annoy South America and Central America. Fuck them. We'll send you all our liberals. Launch them over there as well. Drop them off like little fucking bombs or what you call a Chinaman out of a fucking plane in South and Central America. Just to fucking get them. Oh, you guys don't want to help us? Now we're going to fuck you with these people. Fuck. Everyone vote Trump. Listen. I get the not sharing certain citizens, but when it comes to your criminals that are coming here doing criminalistic shit and that are coming here and adding to the crime that's already established here in the United States, people are like, well, the migrants are not, creating crime. Yes, they are. They the fuck are. We're watching it here in New York. And people like the crime's not going up. Yes, it is. But again, cities like New York play with their crime numbers so that they keep tourism coming in. Though tourism is not our number one money grab, it still adds to it. Yo, calamari is good if it's done right. If it's done right. Anyway. So, the ghost criminals I was referring to, this is how U.S. law enforcement are looking at them, right? So, how Venezuela gang members are slipping into the U.S. They're not slipping into anything. They're not slipping into the U.S. They're not sneaking in. They're fucking walking across the border in broad daylight. They're not being shipped in cargo containers or underneath trucks and vehicles. They're not sneaking. They're waltzing in here. They're tap dancing and doing the bachata across the fucking line to get into this country. Anyway, let me get back to this. So, case linked to Trinidad includes sex trafficking and a shooting of a couple law enforcement agents, drugs and weapon movement. That's this gang. Shows how hard it is for border agents to vet migrants from nations that will not provide criminal background info. U.S. law enforcement and migration officials have launched more than 100 investigations of crimes tied to suspected members of a violent Venezuelan gang, including sex trafficking in Louisiana and the point-blank shooting of 2 police officers here in New York, according to the Department of Homeland Security. Cases involving the Trinidad gang show how hard it is for U.S. border agents to vet the criminal backgrounds. We know this already. More than 330,000 Venezuelans crossed the United States border last year, according to Customs and Border Protection data. And Venezuela, like Cuba, China, and a handful of other countries, doesn't provide any criminal history information to the United States. In the June 3rd New York shooting, which both police officers survived, the alleged shooter had been encountered by the United States Border Patrol after having crossed into Texas illegally, according to the New York Police Department. He was then released into the U.S. to await an asylum hearing. It is unclear whether his alleged affiliation with Trinidad was known at the time. Even if it was, that information wouldn't have been available to the Border Patrol. Now listen, a lot of these kids also are coming across the border not sporting tattoos. They're actually being told by their gang higher-ups, do not get any tattoos until you cross the border. Because if they have any identifying marks, they will be stopped, they will be bagged, and they will be tossed back in. The problem with tossing them back across the border is they end up here anyway. What's going on in Central Park? Is it a gun-free zone? I don't know what's going on in Central Park. There's always something going on in Central Park. Somebody's being shot, raped, killed. Central Park, man. Shit happens. As a former Border Patrol agent, Ammon Blair told NBC News, unless agents get Venezuelan migrant criminal histories from Interpol or they already have a criminal record inside the United States, they won't know who they are. Hence the phrase ghost criminals. The NYPD calls them ghost criminals with little to identify them except their gang tattoos. Their identities may be misrepresented. Their date of birth may be misrepresented, says Jason Savino, Assistant Chief of Detective for the NYPD. Sorry, I said that he was the Chief of Detective. He's Assistant Chief of Detective. Everything about the individual could be potentially fraudulent. They keep saying misrepresented, fraudulent. It's fraud, that's what it is. Anyway, Angryprepper, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Yes, you know what? I didn't get to walk past the Port Authority. So he said PABT is Port Authority bus terminal, right? And migrants are being dropped off there every day. Row NYC, I know a couple months ago had a ton of migrants out in there. There were a lot of migrants, but I wouldn't say there was a ton. Maybe they were out and about raping and pillaging. I don't know. But there was enough gang members hanging out in front. Like they owned the place. And I guess they do own the hotel. But, yeah, it was a pretty shitty thing to walk by. Now, guys, I said this before. I'll say it again. These people are surging throughout the country. So they are undoubtedly growing, and their police departments throughout the nation are claiming there's nothing they can do. I know what you can do. It's not going to be nice. It's going to be fucking. It could be fucked up at times. But if you want to protect your area, you want to protect your town, your city, you're going to have to hammer these people. You're going to have to give them the business. And there are places here in the United States that still do that, that still operate in that manner. Anyway, a surge of Venezuelans. During the Trump administration, border officials encountered 3 million undocumented people crossing into the U.S. border, across the U.S. border, sorry. Though a breakdown by country of origin isn't available for those years, the migrant tended to come from Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and Mexico, all of which share law enforcement data with the United States. During the Biden administration, the number of people trying to enter the United States has risen to 10 million to date, and composition of the migrants' flow has changed. About 800,000 Venezuelans have tried to cross since 2021, with the number surging from 50,000 in the fiscal year of 2021 to 334,000 in the fiscal year of 2023. The influx poses a unique challenge for the Biden administration. It poses a challenge because they're letting it happen. You can absolutely shut this border down easily. You know, the craziness, guys, about the border, the craziness about this whole thing is that it can easily be solved by putting more protection at the border, making it harder for them to cross the border, turning it into, what was that TV show, Gladiators, right? The one with the where you had the bodybuilders, you know, standing there with their batons and football gear and all kinds of. You can make it challenging. You could put alligator pits there. You could put, I don't know, mines if you want. That's a little harsh, but maybe it might be needed. You could peg them with paintball guns all day long. There's so many different joyous things you can do to stop illegal immigrants from coming here. Nonetheless, they don't want to do that. I mean, paintballs would be fun, you know? But paintballs would be fun. Alligator moats would be fun. Leaving recordings of The View would be even fun. Better, right? You have cackling women from The View just cackling all day. Kamala Harris cackling. Imagine having a speaker system across the border and you just have Kamala Harris cackling. These people would think it's a demon or a nightmare waiting for them. And they wouldn't come. They'd be like, what is that? What is that cackling? Where's it coming from? And then they wouldn't cross the border. American Gladiators, thank you. Right? Have them at the border. That would be fucking awesome. Piranhas in a moat. Awesome. Napalm, that's a little harsh, Johnny. We're not there yet. Johnny went from fucking 0 to 60. He was like, napalm, fuck him. No, that's a little bit much. A little over the top. Tadpoles have tails. But, yeah, man. All of it. Just put all of it there. Fuck it. Just make it very, very challenging for them to get here. Oh, give them a quiz. Just give them a fucking quiz to come into the country. They'll fill that on its own, you know? Show them the shit food we eat. They might just walk back across the border and be like, we're not eating this shit. No, Chris, you have to have a threesome with Whoopi Goldberg or Rosie O'Donnell. You choose. But whatever has to happen has to be fucking challenging. And both of those are very, very challenging. You know? Or just have a conversation with AOC. Simple. Non-sexual. Just a conversation. And see where that goes. Live rounds, 100%. Yeah. Again, a little much. Again, the catapult system. They come here, they get interviewed. We don't like them. Catapult right back across the border. Right into a bed of tacos. Tacos are nice. That's what they fucking eat there, you know. All right, they don't all eat tacos. I'm fucking exaggerating. You get my point, you know. I'm telling you, a conversation with fucking AOC, they'd be like, no, fuck this. We're going back across. Disgusting visual. Yeah. Oh boy. Of course. The nonsense is starting. Maxine Water. Isn't she dead? Is that the other one? That's the other black lady, right? Yeah, right. That was something Jackson that passed away. You know what's funny? When that Sheila Jackson, I think, right, was that her name? When she passed away, I was looking for the right, the conservative, us, to be like, good riddance, fuck that bitch. And it was only like maybe out of a couple of posts that I saw when she passed away, there was only a handful of those comments. I mean, for each of those posts that I saw, I might have been able to count on one hand how many of those comments were there. But if Trump or somebody left-leaning, if somebody left-leaning, if Trump would have died, somebody left-leaning would have been like, fuck him, good. You know, there would have been parties. There would have been parties out there on Trump carrying on. And the question to your answer is no. On both accounts. I'll tell you this much, though, because when my son's mother's like breaking my balls with text message. I'll tell you something. Bird Box is expensive. If you're going there by yourself, because she was asking the question, if you're going there by yourself, it's expensive. It was like $45 for just me. $45. Still fucking worth it. If I have to give a kidney and take out a loan next time, I will. But it was still worth it. Very fucking expensive. If you take a date with you, you're spending about $80 or so. Easily. If you're taking your kids with you, you're over $100, $125. So keep that in mind if you're going to go there. But anyway, you obviously understood. The chair is going to vote for Trump. Don't erase me. I matter. You can't party if you're starving. No, you can't. No, I spent $40. Anyway, I'm not getting into the conversation. So she's watching me on here and asking me questions on there, knowing I can't fucking answer. Fucking women. Sometimes you guys can be a fucking pain in the ass. It's whatever. Anyway, so being that the surge of Venezuelans, guys, exploded under the Biden administration, you can absolutely blame everything that happens on the Biden administration, allowing this shit to happen. Now, the sex trafficking is picking up under not only the Venezuelan gang, but also with MS-13. MS-13's been here a lot longer. They've been here about 10 years now, maybe. The Venezuelan gang, Tren de Agua, has been here about 2 or 3 years. So, anyway, and they're growing, and they're going to compete with MS-13. Though they're teaming up with MS-13, there's going to be a shift in power when Tren de Agua gets big enough. They're going to fight with MS-13, and that street battle is not going to be cool. And you're going to see that nationwide, not just here in New York or Detroit or down in Florida, where they also are, or Virginia, or I think it's North to South Carolina. You're going to see this nationwide. You're going to see this fight, and it's going to get ugly, and it's going to get people involved who don't want to be involved. How does the prepper community defend against this kind of shit? You stay strapped. Stay strapped. That's the only thing you can do, and you have to defend yourself against this battle or war, whatever it might be that's going to happen, because it's undoubtedly going to happen. Gangs have no honor. There's no legions with one another. E is like, do you need a weapon? Are you afraid and need weapons to defend yourself? I guess E is an asshole for even asking that question. You're just a general asshole. Thank you, Dono, for the heads up. 30 minutes for the Angry Truth channel. Appreciate it. Anyway, so guys, there was another something. Oh, how migrants are vetted at the border. It's irrelevant how they're, and the article goes over it. It's irrelevant how they're vetted at the border because clearly they're not vetted enough. There's no deep dive into them because they keep going, well, Venezuela is not giving us the information we need. Then if you don't get the information from Venezuela, the Venezuelans go back to Venezuela, period. Or back to a country that's going to accept them. That is the easy solution. To sit there, guys, and go, they're not giving us the information like a bunch of bitches, send them back. It's as simple as that. Even if you have to do it by force, even if you have to go into Venezuela, fucking grab an airport from Venezuela so that you can allow planes to land there and bring these people back, so the fuck be it. To sit there and go, they're not fucking letting us, it doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't matter. I don't understand the soft approach bullshit, but nonetheless, it's way too soft. And they sit there and they point fingers instead of going, hey, we got a solution. We got a solution. You know what the solution is? We're going to send everybody back. If they can't get vetted, they go back. Period. And all of the laws and the fucking red tape and the bullshit, out of fuck them. If I was president, I would get in trouble like you wouldn't believe. I would do some impeachable shit, but before you impeach me, I'm going to raise fucking hell. Hell. If you can vet them, you can get their information, you can get all of that shit, and it's clean, they stay. But if you don't have a record, you don't have any fucking record of yourself, back you go. Or you stay in our jails. You choose. And that's that would be the message we send out to all the migrants. All of them. We're like, listen, you come here, you're going to stay in our jails forever. Or you come back, you come here with your documents, legal documents. No, you couldn't trust that either. Somebody's asked me, you shaved? No, the hair fell off my face. I woke up one morning and my beard just fell off into my pillow. Of course I shaved. But yeah, man. But ham foxes, gangs, you can make. There's a lot you could do with the gangs. I mean, there's a ton of things you could do with them. You could throw them in the military. You could put them in the Ukrainian army. Hey, you guys want to fight for the United States or fight with a United States ally? Go to Ukraine. Sign up there. Learn how to fight. If you survive that war, you get free citizenship here. People are like, but that's unfair. Why would you do that to them? Fuck them. What they're doing to the United States citizens is unfair. They are destroying the cities. They're putting cities in debt, and they don't care. They don't care. So if they don't care, neither should we. They got the city in debt $5 billion, and the power that be are also putting us in debt as well. So yes, Eric Adams should be held accountable for the $5 billion deficit that the city is in. He should have his feet to the fire as well. He should also join the Ukrainian army and fight for his wrongfulness of what he's done to the city. AOC backing the migrants coming here before. Now she's like, yo, this is too much. We can't do this. What are we doing? We got to come up with a better system. The better system is build the wall, put barbed wire at the top of that wall, and not just any barbed wire that constricts when a human flesh gets involved in there, or anybody that comes to it. Put lasers, I'm getting carried away now, but put lasers at the top of those fences, zapping anybody that gets too close. And when I mean zapping, like a light zap, not a fucking disintegrating zap, but like a, zap anybody to get away. Start throwing concussion grenades at them on the other side of the wall. Put sensors near the border. Oh, we got a group of people moving towards the border. All right, guys, we're going to go to Sector 39. All right, everybody gets in the vehicle. Go to Sector 39. Start throwing concussion grenades over the wall. And as those things go up, bang! They get fucking, disheveled, and then they start running back away from the wall. There's a million things you can do to protect your border. Hell, in Africa, they got fucking chicken wire and wooden fences up. And they got a border patrol in a shitty, cheap third world country. Dudes are walking around barefoot, protecting their borders in different African countries. And here they're like, well, you shouldn't do that here. We're the melting pot of the world. No, the fuck we're not. Listen, nurse traveler, something, anything that goes boom. There's so many different things you can do to stop them from coming here. And the Biden administration is like, but what do we do? What do we do? There's the fact, guys, that these politicians are playing the stupid card. They're playing this game like they don't know what to do. They know exactly what to do. The police departments around the nation are playing this game like they don't know what to do. We can't do anything because federally our hands are tied. No, it's not. It's your city. Protect it. You were supposed to protect us and the city from this shit. Protect us. Do what needs to be done. And if you get in trouble, answer it later. But sitting there and going, we don't know what to do, it's bullshit. Yeah, Mobutu's over there in Africa right now fucking protecting his borders. He's doing this Mobutu shit. But nope, we are sitting here playing stupid while third world nations are protecting their borders with minimal supplies. Minimal. They're doing a better job than we are. And we have technology. We got the manpower. And they're like, oh, we can't. Fucking Africans are throwing fucking, cactus and bullshit water bombs at them and shooting rubber bullets at people. And we're sitting here going, oh no, look what's happening. We got camera, we got high-tech shit that can stop these people, and other nations are doing it better. Insanity. And again, it's all part of the plan. This is how you know they want it to happen, when you got other countries, guys, that are stopping it or having a better success rate than we are. A first world nation with top-of-the-line technology, top-of-the-line training. But Mobutu is stopping hundreds, if not thousands of people dead from crossing the border. Now, in some of these countries, there are shooting live rounds at them. But you got to be pretty desperate to cross that border when you have live rounds whizzing past your head. These are the things that are going on in these countries. And yet our country is not doing any of that. It's part of the plan. Now again, guys, this group becoming this powerful, it's insanity. Now, let me read this last part. We got 10 minutes left, so let me go over it real quick. How migrants are being vetted at the border. When a Border Patrol agent encounters a migrant at the border, they smack him around, bang, bang. They fucking give him the gun butt, boom, and then they throw him back in the trunk and then drive him back across the border. No, that doesn't happen. I wish that would, but it doesn't. The agents ask the migrant for any identification information, like birth certificate or passport of some kind. The agents vet any information provided against a criminal database collected from the U.S. agencies and foreign countries. Blair says it can be challenging to verify identification. Sometimes the smuggler will have them ditch their documents as Border Patrol agents are walking across the border about a mile or two and up to 3 miles and seeing paperwork and identifications left on the ground in the open. Not like they dug it in a hole and then they dug up a hole, dumped their IDs in it and then buried it. No, they're leaving it out. And the Border Patrol agents are collecting all of this information and then they're putting it on this board. That means absolutely dick. Fat Man Prepper, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. So they're collecting all of this information, but it does them no good because a lot of these people are already in the country. Anyway, sometimes the smugglers will have them ditch their documents so that they can declare a false name and a false nationality. Now, a lot of you guys know that there was a data breach for Social Security numbers. That's going to be intertwined with these people very soon. I'm just waiting for that to pop up. I think a lot of the Social Security data breach is going to somehow make its way with migrants, and migrants are going to vote in the election. We shall see. Misdemeanor crimes like driving while intoxicated may not always result in removal, but serious crimes like rape, assaults bring referrals from prosecutors or expedited removals. Now, any crime committed should not allow them to be here. Period. They shouldn't allow them to come here with any fucking background of any kind. If I can't get a fucking gun because, or I can't get certain permits because I have a questionable background, the same should go for them. Period. Right across the board. In a statement, a DHS spokesman said DHS screens and vets individuals prior to their entry to the United States. If an individual poses a threat to the national security or public safety, we deny them admission, detain, remove, or refer them to other federal agencies for further vetting, investigation, and or prosecution as appropriate. Despite the lack of cooperation from countries like Venezuela, said the spokesperson, the agency can check other available sources of information about criminal behavior and include data provided by law enforcement in other countries that migrants may pass through on their way to the United States. A senior DHS official said the CBP ability to screen migrants has improved over the past 5 years as the agency reached more agreements with other countries to share law enforcement information and has surged resources for vetting at the border. Whoop the fuck D. What we need is Venezuela's, and we need to put the vice grip on Venezuela's neck and make it harder for them to do a lot of other things so that they can, at the very least, send criminal information across the border or to the United States. Right, a questionable background status. A questionable background. Like, the shit they say is fucking out of control. True. Will, no one needs a permit. And I tell people all the time, fuck your permit, man. Prep Revelator, Rick, thank you for the heads up, the warning. The 7-minute warning. Thank you. So anyway, guys, all of that to say that, if Kamala Harris comes in to office, that border is not going to be touched or looked at. More migrants are going to come here. Life is going to be very, very hard in the next 5 to 10 years if that border stays open. Kamala Harris has no policies written whatsoever. Zero policies. Calamity Girl, thank you for the thank you for the donations, not the 5x5. Appreciate it. As always, thank you. Fucking women. So anyway, I was just checking something to make sure I didn't fuck up a date. So yes, I'm supposed to have a guest on next week, or rather this week, but I might be doing my live stream either Friday night instead of Thursday night. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of bullshit I got going on this week. But anyway, guys, the migrant situation is going to get a whole hell of a lot worse if Kamala Harris wins. If Trump wins, the Democrats, who are fed up with the amount of migrants flooding into the border here, they are fed up as well. They will probably most likely work with Trump on getting the border shut down. And listen, guys, it's not shutting the border down. You're not going to stop immigrants from coming here, but you can definitely make a dent in the amount that are coming across the border, currently coming across the border, sorry. You could definitely make a dent in that. You could definitely make a good stoppage and having less or way less migrants come across the border. Someone's like, get a date. I don't want a date. Right now, staying home is almost fun. If someone was like, we were talking about dating in the firehouse again, I'm like, yo, I'm completely comfortable with sitting here and talking to you guys on my days off and going to work. That consists of and then during the day doing my street photography shit because I'm practicing that. But yeah. And when you get old, man, again, like 9 o'clock, someone's like, yo, you want to hang out right now? The fuck out of here. It's 10 o'clock. How fucking dare you ask me to hang out this late? Fuck yo. At this time right now, I'm having tea and watching ER. That's the kind of guy I became. ER. Been watching a ton of ER, by the way. That's the shit that I do now. I don't fucking sit there and like, oh man, I can't wait to fucking go on a date with fucking who? Women are such pain in the asses these days. It's fucking not worth it. Yeah, Calamity Girl's like, me too, I love being home. This is the shit right now. Like, yeah, and one night stands, like, I'm not even about that anymore. And for one night stands, the chick has got to be fucking like Jennifer Aniston. All right? And if not, again, stay home. Watch my ER. I might even watch, what was it? Hill Street Blues, right? Because I'm not old. Watch Hill Street Blues, some cop shows. Watch some movies. That's the entertaining shit now. That's sad. And then I'd rather just be working on myself. The whole fucking dating shit is just a fucking headache right now. And everybody has a story. And every chick is a woe is me story. Every chick. Like, it's fucking insane. The dating pool has piss in it. Very good, Strawberry 32. Nice. I like that. That was all. That was fucking awesome. Strawberry 32 says the dating pool has piss in it. It's radioactive. It's radioactive. And I hate to say it, but men and women in the dating world right now are fucking it up. Fucking it up. It's insane. Either women are constantly on their phones on a date, or guys that are constantly on the phones on a date. I think women are bigger offenders of it, because when I go out and eat anywhere, I see women on their phones and a date sitting across the table. Or the dates are on their phones while they're eating. You're supposed to be talking to the person. No. And I hate the woe is me story. My ex, he cheated on me. He treated me bad. He did this, he did that, and you did nothing. You were a fucking angel the entire time. Get the fuck out of here. A fucking woman who sits there and gaslights the ex is a red fucking flag. I'm on to that shit, dude. I'm on to that shit. Fucking women are like, oh, this guy did this to me. Woe is me. Get the fuck out of here. You're a pain in the ass, lady. That's why you're single. And a woman who can own up to it, that's the woman you date. Or that's the woman you get to know. But most women don't own up to that shit. I mean, guys don't either. Guys gaslight their fucking exes. They're always fucking like, oh, well, she didn't treat me right. She didn't give me enough sex. She was fat. She got fat. I'm like, seriously, dude? Fuck that bullshit. Dating 0 stars. It's bad, man. It's fucking bad out there. The dating pool has piss in it. That was a fucking good one. That was awesome. I mean, it's radioactive now. It's just fucking bad. It's just bad news all the way around. But, yeah, I don't know, guys. This shit that's currently going on, that's what we got to be worried about. Fuck dating. Don't worry about dating. Worry about the Trend Agua gang fucking coming in and doing their bullshit. Well, MS-13 has been really quiet, and I don't like that. I look them up every now and again to see what's going on, but, yeah, man, it's not good. It just isn't, They're quiet. Trend Agua is trending. Get what I did there? They're trending. They're always in the paper for some shit. Things are getting inherently bad. Anyway, dating is almost gone. Yeah, dating is almost gone. Dating is crap. And it's funny, guys. All of us are complaining about the same shit. There's a problem. There's a problem. I like my 3 dogs. Yeah, well, listen. The mutual commonality, Calamity Girl, that we have to have is making sure these gangs don't grow. It's making sure we hold, at first, the legal route. You got to go the legal route first. At first, you got to hold your city councilman, you got to hold law enforcement accountable for the gang's growth. You got to hold them accountable. Then you get the politicians involved. And if they don't fucking do anything, then you get involved. Personally. Then you do what needs to be done. That's insanity. Alright, there it is. Someone was talking about water purifier preps now. Yes, there was some attack on water. I think the old timer was talking about it. Pinball was talking about it. And he was like that China's going to be attacking our water supply soon, something like that. I didn't watch the video. I just read the title. And Daryl Calhoun is saying water purification preps now. So yeah, make sure your water's squared away. If you have water in a bin somewhere in your home, dump it out and fix it up again. All right, Comment Mood, thank you guys. It is 10 o'clock. It's time to go off the air. It's time to head over to the Angry Truth channel. We're going to talk about the World Economic Forum and the elites making some serious moves in the last week or two, rather. Anyway, guys, that being said, I will see a lot of you guys over on the Angry Truth channel. I might have a live stream either Friday night or Saturday night. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'm working Saturday. I know I got a fucked up schedule this week. So if not, I'll see you guys for the doubleheader next week. But either way, just keep your eyes open for the doubleheader later this week. All right, guys, other than that, thank you for watching. Hope to see a lot of you guys over the Angry Truth channel. I will not have an Angry Film Critic live stream this week. Unfortunately, I'm working up and down. Wednesday, I have an event. And Thursday, I think I'm back at work, I think. So the following Thursday, which will be in September, I will have an Angry Film Critic, and we will talk about Red Dawn. That'll be our first live stream and breaking that movie down. All right, guys, other than that, thank you for watching.